What is YouTube SEO? And how does it differ from website SEO or for Google? So we're going to talk about the difference, and you're going to understand what the difference is between old SEO and modern day SEO. And then we're going to talk specifically about YouTube and how you can get your videos to rank at the top of YouTube. Now, I have thousands of videos that rank at the very top of YouTube, and I'm going to show you how I do it. I've had to do a refresh on my leaf strategy, and it's working better than ever, and so I'm going to teach you that new leaf strategy today. I give you a guarantee that by the end of this video, you will have a paradigm shift of really understanding YouTube SEO way better than anything you've seen before. You're going to know how to get your videos to rank on top of YouTube now. So just so we're clear, I am going to go tactically step by step on how you can do this. I want to start first by just talking about old SEO so you can understand what the difference is. In the past, Google was a website search engine, and to get your website to rank at the top of Google, there were a lot of things that you could do to optimize your web page. You had to put keywords, and we'd call it keyword stuffing, on that page. We would then do link building, where we would have other websites and other articles or blogs that would link back to that web page to build authority on that page. It was all about artificial excitement, or kind of creating a false sense of authority. And you really focused on 2 or 3 word keyword phrases. So you would build the authority for your website around that 2 or 3 word phrase. Here's the problems with that old style of SEO. One, it's spammy. We created so much spam and unuseful content out there just to have it point back to our website. It was a ton of work. That's why SEO services in the past were so expensive. It took a lot of effort. The other problem is it didn't last. So you would do all this work to build up your authority, but then if you stopped, it would gradually just sink back down because other people would rise up above you. Another challenge is there were a lot of phrases that were just so competitive that you would do so much work and you would never actually get that ranking that you wanted. Another big challenge, and I'm actually going to call this a good thing, the search engines are always improving. They're looking to close the loopholes and make their search engine better and better. So for the old version of SEO, that was a problem because we were trying to exploit those loopholes. Well, today SEO has changed and search engines have drastically changed. Now Google is no longer a website search engine, it's a content search engine. And YouTube is a content search engine that's owned by Google. So now instead of trying to create a website or a web page that's got this artificial authority, now we've got to create content that will rise to the top of SEO. And so the tactics and strategies are drastically different. One of the drastic differences is you used to start with the content and then do the SEO afterwards. We would take a web page, or if we're talking about YouTube, what companies still try and do, they'll take a video and then they'll try to do SEO to that video to get it to rank at the top. That only works if there is no competition in that space. So essentially, it won't work for you because you have competitors. Also, old SEO, there was a phrase called long tail, and long tail meant longer phrases. So instead of 2 or 3 words, you could go long tail and go 4 or 5 words. Well, people on Google and YouTube today have gotten better with searches. They're typing in 8-word questions or even 10-word questions very, very often. And the search tools that we have today allow us to do keyword research to find what are these really specific questions. Now, when you do keyword research like this and find these really long specific questions, I want you to understand how valuable they are. These are actually gold that you can just go and find right now. So here's an example. Let's say you're an expert in productivity, okay? Now, the old way is you would hire Steven Spielberg. If you wanted to make the best video possible, right? You would make a video and it would be amazing, right? So let's just assume that you've done that. You've got this amazing video teaching people or teaching businesses how to improve their productivity. And then you would try to promote it or do SEO to get people to find that video. Here's the modern approach. Here's the better approach, the approach that works today. You do keyword research first, and if you search for productivity, there's 2 questions that I found. The first one I found is what can increase productivity in a dental office? A second one I found is how to improve productivity on a construction site. Notice the exact wording of these, because I did not make these questions up. The first one starts with what can increase, but the second one is how to improve. I don't know why there's a difference there. I just did the research and found that that's the exact wording that people in the dental industry and people in the construction industry use consistently every month on Google and YouTube. So back to the productivity video that you hired Steven Spielberg to make, you couldn't just then do keyword research and find this dental office question or this construction site question and make that the title of your video, because that wouldn't work. If the dental team went to Google or YouTube, typed in this question, and your video popped up, but then they watch it, they're like, wait a minute, what does this have to do with a dental team or a construction team? So today, to do content SEO, not website SEO, you've got to do the keyword research first and find the gold, find these really, really specific questions that people are searching for. That becomes the title of your video, and you film a video answering that specific question, talking to that specific audience. Now, I'm giving you a lot of theory, kind of foundational knowledge, but we're going to dive into the tactics in just a moment. So hang with me. I'm going to show it all to you, okay? So now I want to share with you a real experience that happened for one of my clients this week, okay? We're going to name this person Bethany. So Bethany, who lives in Australia, went to a search engine like Google and YouTube. She typed in a question and she found my client's video. So she watched that video, she scheduled an appointment, and she ended up purchasing a $12,000 coaching program. That's what this strategy does. If we focus on the low-hanging fruit, these really long, specific questions, we can pull in our target audience, have them find us, have them build a relationship through that video, and by the time they talk to us, they're ready to buy. Now let's get tactical. I'm going to teach you my leaf strategy, okay? So picture this tree. The tree has a broad trunk that goes out to branches that goes out to the leaves. The trunk of this tree represents your core area of expertise, and the branch represents all the different ways you can categorize that. You can even break each branch down into different limbs, right? But when you get to the end of these branches, you get to the leaves, and the leaves represent these specific questions that we've been talking about. So let's say you're an expert in nutrition. An example of a leaf would be how to calculate nutritional value of a recipe, or another one I found, how to carry nutrition during a marathon. Just really, really specific questions. Or what if you're a life coach? An example of a leaf would be how to manage work-life balance for a woman, or how to transition from teaching to another career. When you do keyword research like this, you can find thousands of really specific questions that your target audience is asking. The best tool to use to do this is called the Keyword Magic Tool, which, by the way, you can get a free trial at herokeywordtool.com. Let me demonstrate how this tool works. I'm going to type in real estate investor. I'm going to hit search. I'm going to turn on the questions button, and I'm going to turn on the advanced filters. I'm going to turn the word count filter to 8. So take a look at some of these. How to become a real estate investor with no money, or how to find real estate investors in your area, how to find investors for real estate flipping, how to find investors for commercial real estate. Now notice the search volume on the right. The bigger the number means the more the competition. What that actually means is the search volume every single month. I want you to start with the low-hanging fruit, the ones with the lower search volume. So you'll see the ones down the list that have 20 searches per month. I'll typically keep digging until I get down to the ones that have 10. As long as one of these questions has at least 10 searches per month, I consider that gold. Start with the gold and then work your way up the list to the ones that have higher and higher search volume. If you follow that strategy, you'll post one of these videos to YouTube and it will rank at the top of YouTube in the next day or two. As you do this keyword research, you want to group these questions into branches, okay? And you want to hone in and compare different branches to each other. When you do that, you'll see this list of questions on one branch and you'll say, I don't know if this is actually my target audience, but I look at this branch over here, I love this branch. I love all these questions. I know who these people are, and what they're searching for leads directly into my services. So let me show you an example. This is keyword research I did for Noelle Randall in the beginning of 2024. Real estate investor find is the first branch I found. Real estate investor become is the second branch I found. Now, all of these questions you see on the screen here, notice they have those same 4 words, real estate investor become. We were so excited to find this become branch because it's a branch that she hadn't really touched before. When we looked on February 10th, she only had 2 yeses. These are mostly no's. So when we type in each of these questions, if she ranks at the top of YouTube, that's a yes, meaning she's in the top 3. If we have to scroll down, but we find her in the top 20, that's what we mean by starting And if we don't find her in that top 20, that's a no. So you see that on February 10th, we had mostly no's. But you can see over the following months, because we filmed a lot of videos on this branch, we turned those no's into yeses. And now she totally dominates this branch on YouTube. So now I'm going to teach you my 5-ingredient leaf strategy. Ingredient number 1 is you've got to choose your target branch. Okay, we've talked about that. So ingredient number 2 is you've got to go through and film every leaf on that branch. You did all the heavy lifting to sort out what branches you wanted to ignore, honing in on your target audience, and then you're going to focus just on the leaf titles on that branch. Now, also for that branch, you're going to film 1 lead magnet video. This is your core content. If you look at all the different questions on the branch, what's the one piece of content, the one thing that you want to teach them in maybe 10 or 15 minutes that you wish every person would watch that video? You film 1 video, and that's your core content, or I call that your lead magnet video, right? So you're going to go through and film all of your leaf videos, and all of those leaf videos are going to have a call to action that lead people to that lead magnet video. Ingredient number 4 is the videos that you want to film are talking head videos. Let me give you a little bit more detail. Here's an example of Noelle Randall. In this example, she filmed right in the studio house, except for she's got the fireplace in the background. When people find you on YouTube, you want a good amount of time to build a relationship. The longer you can keep them on YouTube, the better. For a leaf video, I recommend between 5 and 10 minutes, and for your lead magnet video, 10 to 15 minutes. So let's say they find you through search, they watch this 5-minute leaf video, your call to action leads them to your core content or to this lead magnet video that's 15 minutes long. Now they spent 20 minutes with you. That really works well to build a relationship because they don't feel like they're being sold to. They found you and you're teaching them and you're giving them value. Now you don't want to script your content. You want to outline your talking points. You want your videos to be conversational, just like you're having a conversation on Zoom. So don't use a teleprompter. Don't script these. You know this material. Just outline your talking points and pause between each point. Just look down. Oh yeah, point number 1 is going to talk about this. So you look at the camera and you deliver point number 1. Then you pause, look down at your notes. Oh yeah, then I was going to talk about this. So then you give your second point, right? You pause between each point intentionally, then all those pauses and any restarts can just be edited out. Now these videos are not sales videos. You're not promoting yourself, you're not promoting your services, but you do need to be strategic in the language that you use. So in the beginning of your video, it's important to really set some curiosity. I call these curiosity hooks. Let people know what's happening throughout the video and what's coming. Don't give away the secrets, but let them know, I'm going to teach you this strategy, I'm going to show you this example. Do it in a way that will create curiosity about what's coming. And at the end of the video, again, you're not selling anything, but you do need to sell the call to action. Now, whether you're recommending they watch another video, really tell them the video of why they should watch that next video. Or if you've got a free gift that you're giving them, let them know the value of that free gift. Sell the free gift, if that makes sense. You probably already know that you need to create a custom thumbnail. I always like to bring that up when I'm talking about this leaf strategy because you need people to click on your video and you're going to lose a lot of clicks if you don't have a custom thumbnail. Now, how much content do you need to create to dominate YouTube? You're going to need to launch between 1 and 7 episodes every single week. Now, that's quite a range. And it depends on what the outcome is that you want of how much content you should create. So when you do this keyword research and you find these different branches, if you find one branch that you want to dominate, then yeah, go ahead and just plan on launching 1 episode per week. Give yourself a year and you can count on dominating that branch after that year. But if you found all these branches and you think, man, by the end of this year, I want to dominate 10 different branches. Then depending on the size of those branches, you might want to launch 5 or 7 episodes every single week. I have many clients that are launching just 1 episode a week and we're getting great results. Majority of my clients were actually launching 5 episodes per week and we're getting 7-figure results. I've taken many 7-figure businesses using just this strategy and been able to add an additional 7 figures of revenue. And in fact, in a couple of cases, we've added an 8-figure revenue stream just from these YouTube leads. You'll also notice that on the Nate Woodbury channel that you're watching right now, I'm currently launching 7 episodes every single week. I've packed as much of my strategy into this episode as I can, but you've probably got a lot of questions and I want to show you more examples. So I'm doing a live webinar. There's a lot more that I want to teach you so that you can really maximize this strategy so that you can get this ranking and lead generation on YouTube. Go to theleafstrategy.com. So this is the Leaf Strategy webinar. go to theleafstrategy.com. You can ask me all your questions. I will see you there.